I swear he will cry.
It means a lot to him. Say fantastic.
Jordan! Charlie, whatever it is, Jordan big guy. Like, the guy goes about his business with no drama.
Jordan! He do like 3 interceptions.
Che.
Whoa.
1-1.
Oh, no.
That was too easy to. That was
too easy.
That was too
no
easy.
one marked him.
Nobody was
No one
defending.
marked him.
That was too easy. That was too easy.
No, the structure of the team is not
That
good
was
at
too
all.
easy. That was too easy to. That was.
Like,
See
you see
that
this
was too
team,
easy.
We'll concede.
so we have to score.
Is it what I was saying?
No.
Like, we'll
This is what
concede.
I-
No, we just sat back. In the second half, we just sat back.
Just have to.
Otto Addo.
Wow, that happened for the first time in 20 years. As you saw over there, the emotional whirlwind of supporting the Ghana Black Stars. It's never easy. It's never easy being a Ghanaian fan, especially in recent times. For the first time since 2004, Ghana will not be at an African Cup of Nations. And today we're going to talk about the loss to, well, it felt like a loss. Pardon me for saying it's a loss. It's a loss to Ghana football. But the table at the end of the day never lies. This is how Otto Addo performed in 5 African Cup of Nations qualifier games versus Sudan, Angola, and then versus Niger. We played 5 games. Otto Addo managed 3 points and managed to score just 2 goals. First game versus Angola, we could not score a goal. Second game versus Niger, we scored 1 goal. Third game versus Sudan, no goals. Next game versus Sudan, no goals. And now we scored just 1 goal. 2 goals in 5 qualifying games. It's just not good enough. We are not good enough. And it's time we sit back and tell ourselves the truth. We didn't try at all. If you are scoring 2 goals in qualifying for an African Cup of Nations against opponents like this, with all due respect to them, you are not good enough. And it's not that Ghana doesn't have a good team or good players. It's poor management. The game started well, despite Ghana being a bit disjointed. Angola looked like they were fighting for their lives, despite having already secured qualification for the African Cup of Nations. A moment of brilliance once again. And it has been the theme throughout the Ghana Black Stars qualifying campaign for the African Cup of Nations. A brilliance or a moment of brilliance from Ali Duseidu, got us our very first goal in qualifying and the qualifiers. Another moment of brilliance from Jordan Ayew. That free kick was a long way out, and Jordan had no right getting even that shot on target. But boy, oh boy, did he do an amazing job. Otto Addo's tactics reverted in the second half, and a big shout out to Abdul Manaf Nuruddin and Razak Simpson. Yes, Razak Simpson needs a little bit of fine-tuning to his game. He was rash, he was sporadic, he bombed the ball away when necessary. No messing about, that's great, but sometimes as a defender, you have to be calculated in your clearances, except for times when it is necessary. He got a bit tired heading into the second half and dilly-dallied with the ball at a point in time when he should have been passing and looking to release the ball a bit more quickly. He all learned on the job, but it was positive. Abdul Manaf Nuruddin started, and I had question marks. Why is Jojo Wallacott not starting? And I decided to let it slide because I felt that, well, the coach knows what he has seen in training. He knows the input he has gotten. And I like to give the coach the benefit of the doubt. It turned out to be a masterstroke of a decision from Otto Addo. Unfortunately, it didn't lead to 3 points being garnered by the Black Stars, and that meant that we would be eliminated from the African Cup of Nations. Abdul Manaf Nuruddin did an amazing job in saving that penalty, because trust you me, if we had conceded that goal at that time, we would have probably been kissing told goodbye very early on. In the second half, it looked like Otto Addo went back into his shell. It's not like in the first half they were attacking gang-ho and creating a lot of chances. Angola were running ragged. They were amazing. And as I said, it was like they were the ones who needed the points more. They were brilliant. And I have to say, Angolan team is meant to meet great things. They will do great things in this African Cup of Nations, as they did in the last African Cup of Nations, making it all the way to the quarterfinal. Ghana could not deal with them, and in the second half, a bit more conservative approach from Coach Otto Addo meant that we sat back a bit more. Osman Bukari came on late and then went on to play right back. And Esnoama came on late, had his moment, but then it was not telling. Jordan Ayew, who was great in the first half, was not progressing the ball when he needed to. A pass would have put, I think if it was Ransford Yeboah in on goal, but he didn't make that pass and held onto the ball for too long. Kudus Mohammed, with his head down, was dribbling and failed to make the simple pass, choosing to run around in circles at one spot. It was very, very bad in the second half. Angola, as had been threatening throughout, took on the impetus and decided to punish Ghana. A cross and a header. Nothing Abdul Manaf Nuruddin or Razak Simpson or whoever was in defense could do about it. It was a pinpoint cross that found him in his perfect position. 1-1. The dreaded scoreline Ghana did not want, and Ghanaians did not want. It ended in a draw despite many efforts, but Abdul Manaf could have easily conceded again late on in the game. It did not happen, thankfully. It would have been already too hard a pill to swallow. Ghana are now out of Afcon qualifying, and for those who don't understand, Afcon qualifying, in case there's a draw or a tie in points, the separation is done with head-to-head. Now, Ghana has 3 points. Should we go on to beat Niger, we'll have 7 points. Those 7 points will not be enough to make second place because we have a worse head-to-head record with Sudan. The little margins. How much that 2-0 loss is coming back to bite us. We did not do well in this qualifying phase. We do not deserve to be at the African Cup of Nations, in all honesty. It is not something we need to go to. And it's not like we have been doing well in previous AFCONs. It has been coming. World Group Stage qualification consecutively has culminated in not making the tournament at all. It looks like a right progression of things in the negative. The Ghana Black Stars players will come in for the final game. A dead rubber for Ghana. For the other teams, Niger and Sudan, they will need favors. Niger have it in their hands. Well, half in their hands. They need to beat the Ghana Black Stars to make it to the next round. It's as simple as that. Beat Ghana, and then they can think of Angola beating Sudan. Angola beats Sudan, Niger can make it if they beat the Black Stars. The Black Stars winning will just be for pride and for positioning in the qualifying. We cannot qualify from this position. Should Otto Addo go, a Black Stars coach who cannot take the team to Afcon with 24 countries, almost half of the continent, going with teams of this caliber who Ghana should be beating with a better coaching system, does not deserve to keep his job, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. I'm not the one in charge, and I am the one who feels Otto Addo needs to go. We have World Cup qualifying in March. In that one, he has us back in the reckoning with everything in our hands. But if Otto Addo should go now, who should take over? Who will be suitable to get the boys playing the way they have to play and winning? It's been a while I celebrated a Ghana win. It's been a while you all celebrated a Ghana win as Ghanaians. It's crazy to say that looking back. But let me know your thoughts in the comments box. Black Stars will not be at AFCON 2025. It's confirmed, the final nail in the coffin with that header from Angola, and it is certified. We're out, but should Otto Addo stay? What next for the Black Stars? And if he should leave, who should take over? I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your evening.